During our Farm Basics time today, we're going to talk about how do farmers pick the right planting population.
This is an interesting question because if you talk to a corn farmer in North Dakota and in western North Dakota, for example, versus a corn farmer in Illinois, you're going to get two totally different answers as
Well,
far
let's
as
hope we do.
What's the ideal planting population for corn. And I know sometimes you go online and maybe you're going to seed your lawn and you wonder, well, what is the seeding rate? And they've got this wide variance that you're like, wait a second, one is half as much as the other. The same thing would be true if there's a planting population online that you'd find for corn. So why do farmers do things so differently?
Well, a lot of it just comes back to trial and error. A farmer will try different populations on his farm. Whatever he feels is working best for him, that's what he runs with in the long term. But really kind of what we're talking about, just to get somebody started if they have no clue where to begin, we look at what are farmers usually planting for a population in that area, and then also what's the soil type, what's the moisture like, what's the fertility like. So if it is low moisture, low fertility, and light soil, then we're probably going to say we only want a few plants out there. You only have enough that a few plants can survive. But if all those things are the opposite, or at the opposite end of the spectrum, well, then the planting population is going to be probably pretty high.
You know, just because you plant a lower population doesn't necessarily mean your yields will be a lot lower.
Right.
What can happen with corn plants is they have a property called flex to the ears. So on an ear of corn, it might be 50 kernels long, or it might be 30 kernels long. It might be 12 kernels around, or it might be 22 kernels around. Corn ears can flex. So with those low populations like Brian was talking about, let's just say the weather conditions turned out absolutely ideal, you're probably going to see some very large ears on those corn plants.
Yeah, but nevertheless, to get higher yields, farmers typically are increasing planting populations, and that only makes sense. If you want to have more total bushels in the field, then you just need more total plants. But again, there certainly is some flex, and all crops, all plants can do this. They can change the seed size, they can change the number of seeds as the plant continues on during the year. As it has less stress, the seeds are bigger and there are more. If there is more stress, then there are just going to be fewer seeds. Just remember, plants only have one mission in life, that is to reproduce. So one way or the other, they're going to put on some viable seeds.
Well, one plant that you don't want to see reproduce by putting on seeds is our weed of the week. Can you identify this week's weed?